Welcome to the deep dive, where we try to cut through the noise and give you the insights you really need.
Yeah, get straight to the point.
Exactly. So picture this. It's, say, 7 a.m., sun's barely up, and you're opening your sports bar maybe, or it could be a restaurant, a gym, even a, country club.
Easy places with lots of screens.
Right. And before that first customer walks in, someone, usually staff, has to walk around.
Ugh, the remote juggle.
Yeah, juggling like 5 different remotes, pointing, hoping each TV actually turns on.
And do it all again at closing time. In reverse.
It sounds small, doesn't it? But it's that repetitive thing, eats up time.
And it's just annoying, honestly, day after day.
Well, today we're digging into a surprisingly neat bit of tech designed to fix exactly that problem.
Okay.
It's called the WolfPad Turn All TVs Off and On control system.
Right, WolfPad. I've looked into this one.
Good. Our sources here are pretty straightforward product descriptions, features, so it gives us a really practical look at what it does.
No reviews or anything, just the specs and the promises.
And our mission really is to figure out how this thing promises that shortcut to simplicity for businesses.
Pulling out the key ideas, the design, how it works.
And why it might actually be a bit of a game changer for, certain places. So let's get into it. So think about that sports bar again. Or the restaurant. Opening time, closing time, it's hectic.
Yeah, always a rush.
We've all seen it. What's one of those, tedious jobs that just gets worse the more screens you have?
Especially for staff who aren't tech wizards.
Absolutely. It sounds basic, just turning TVs on and off, but...
Well, it often isn't, is it?
No, you've definitely hit on something there. It's not just the inconvenience, it's the buildup, the cumulative effect.
Right.
The source material actually mentions the frustration of walking around your establishment with all those remotes.
Yeah, I can feel that frustration just thinking about it.
And think beyond the wasted minutes. It's the mental energy, the chance for mistakes, or the owner getting that call at home, right? Hey, TV number 7 won't turn on.
Exactly. Or half the screens are off during the big game. That kind of daily hassle, it really hits employee morale.
Makes sense if something's fiddly and annoying every single day.
Yeah, staff start to resent it, even if it seems small. It takes focus away from, the customers.
And this system, it seems like it knows exactly who it's for.
Oh, absolutely. It's very clear about that. It's built for users without technical knowledge. Explicitly.
So the bar owner, the waitress, hostess, bartender.
DJs too, apparently. Basically, the people on the ground who just need the TVs on or off now.
Quickly, easily, without needing a manual or calling support just for the power button.
Precisely. No complex AV menus.
Okay, so we've got a good picture of the headache. Scattered remotes, lost time, general low-level annoyance.
Yeah, the daily grind of TV management.
So enter the WolfPad system. And it doesn't come in shouting about a million features, does it?
No, it's more of a quiet promise. Just make the problem go away.
It's described as an app, graphic, and hardware design to easily turn on all TVs in the morning and turn off TVs off at night with a tablet.
Sounds almost too simple, doesn't it?
That's what I thought.
But that simplicity, that's actually its superpower, I think.
How so?
Well, compared to what the sources call other control systems that require extensive installer knowledge and configuration. Big, complex beasts.
Right, things that need specialists.
Yeah. The WolfPad, though, is designed for a single purpose, to control your complete system, all on a tablet of your choice.
Okay, so just one job, on and off.
Exactly. That focus is key. It's not trying to run your whole building's automation. It's zeroed in on this one. Very common pain point. Mass TV power control.
Which is kind of refreshing, actually, in a world of add more features.
It really is. It's the power of subtraction, By focusing, it becomes inherently simpler. Probably more reliable, too. Less stuff to go wrong compared to those complex systems.
So mastering one thing instead of being okay at many things.
You got it. And that's the why behind the simplicity. It's why the source says morale should improve, because it's just so easy to operate.
Makes sense. Take away a daily frustration, people are happier.
Right. You empower the staff, cut their stress, give them back time for, actual service.
Eliminating that friction.
Yeah. It's like that old story, right? Millions spent on a space pin.
And the Russians used a pencil.
Exactly. Sometimes the simplest fix is the best one.
Okay, that focus makes a lot of sense. But, technically, how does it do it? How does it manage potentially dozens of different TVs? What's the tech?
Well, the control method itself is pretty standard. It's with IR.
Infrared, like my TV remote at home.
Precisely. Common, reliable technology. But the clever part isn't the IR itself, it's how they use it.
Okay.
Imagine having, say, 36 separate remotes, right? Each sending its specific IR code.
Right.
Now imagine coordinating all of those signals,
Yeah.
triggering them all from one tap on a tablet app.
Ah, okay, so it's like orchestrating lots of standard remotes at once.
Basically, yes. It scales up that simple IR control using a user-friendly interface without needing complicated network setups just for power commands.
And here's something I found really interesting, kind of brilliant actually. It works with almost any tablet.
Oh yeah, that's a big plus.
The source says you can use the app with your iPad, Fire TV tablet, a Samsung tablet, and an Android tablet. Basically any tablet.
That's huge for businesses. They might already have tablets or prefer Android over Apple or whatever. No forced hardware purchase.
Reduces that barrier to entry, right?
Absolutely. Big cost saving, more flexibility. Very important for businesses keeping an eye on the budget.
And TV compatibility. What screens does it actually work with?
Okay, so it specifically lists support for Samsung, LG, and Vizio TVs.
The big three, basically.
Pretty much. And it says it handles up to 36 TVs. That's quite a few.
And what if you have a different brand? Or more than 36?
Well, there's a little note that just says, call for others, which suggests they might have codes for other brands, or maybe can program them. It implies some flexibility beyond just those three.
And what about adding TVs later, if the business grows?
Seems simple, too. The documentation just says, need to add a TV, just call us.
Huh. Okay, direct support.
Yeah, it suggests it's a modular system, not rigidly fixed. You can expand it, which is great for a business that might change its layout or grow.
Right. So let's talk about what you actually get in the box. Need to be clear on inclusions and exclusions.
Good point. Expectations management.
The WolfPad Control Box Tablet TV Control System Contents List includes proprietary control code.
Okay, that's likely the software logic.
A 6-foot male-to-male cable for connection to something called a WolfPack HDMI matrix switch.
Right, we should probably explain what that is.
Yeah, good idea.
So a WolfPack HDMI matrix switch, or any HDMI matrix switch really, is like the central hub for your video signals.
The traffic controller.
Exactly. It takes multiple inputs, cable boxes, media players, whatever, and lets you send any input to any output, meaning any TV. Got it. So this WolfPad control box plugs into that matrix switch with that cable. That's how it sends the power commands out to all the connected TVs.
Okay, that makes sense. What else is in the box?
You get the proprietary WolfPad tablet app. Presumably you download that, the controller hardware box itself.
Right.
And up to 36 IR cables for IR-controlled TVs. Those are the little emitters that stick onto the TV's IR sensor.
Okay, got it. Now, crucially, what's not included?
Yeah, this is important. The sources are clear. TVs, WolfPack matrix switch, or a tablet are not supplied.
Right. So you need your own TVs, your own tablet, and you likely need that HDMI matrix switch already installed as part of your video system.
Exactly. This is the control layer that sits on top of your existing AV infrastructure.
Okay, good to clarify. So zooming out a bit, what does this mean for a business owner beyond just turning TVs on and off easily? What's the bigger picture value?
Well, the applicability seems really wide, like you mentioned earlier. It's not just sports bars.
Right, the list was long.
Yeah. Restaurants, bowling alleys, casinos, country clubs, gyms, sports arenas, sports training facilities, and more.
Wow.
But then it also mentions luxury homes, corporate environments, educational institutions.
Okay, interesting. Corporate, like turning on all the meeting room screens easily.
Exactly. Saves time before big presentations. Or in a luxury home, maybe it's about keeping the tech simple and clean for guests. No complicated interfaces.
So lots of different places need simple, reliable TV control.
Seems so. It's a pretty universal need once you have multiple screens.
Now let's talk money, because this is where it gets really interesting, I think. In this age of subscriptions for everything.
Ah, yes, the no monthly or yearly fees part.
That jumped out at me. Plus free shipping, no restocking fee. How big a deal is that lack of ongoing fees?
It's massive.
Yeah.
Seriously, think about a small business owner.
Already juggling bills.
Exactly. Software subscriptions, streaming, utilities, it all adds up. A one-time purchase for something like this, that's predictable.
You know the cost up front, and that's it.
Right. It frees up cash flow, reduces the admin hassle of tracking another subscription, and it just offers clear long-term value.
Yeah, it's not just saving, say, $50 a month. It's simplifying the whole financial management side, too.
Totally. It gives them control over that particular expense.
Yeah.
A big relief.
And the price itself. It's listed at $1,000.
$1,000.
And it's in stock 1 to 2 weeks to create. So clear price, reasonable delivery time.
Seems like a straightforward upfront investment.
Now, there is that one detail from the Q&A about usage. Need to cover that.
The single user point. Right.
It says any number of iPads can be put on the system.
Which sounds great.
But it's a single user system, meaning...
Meaning, if one person is using an iPad, they can interfere with another user trying to use an iPad at the same time.
So two bartenders can't simultaneously try to turn things on or off from different tablets.
Correct. But they did build in a way to manage that.
Okay.
It says, you can see on the remote iPad what the first user is doing, so you know not to use the iPad until they are done.
Ah, okay. So there's a visual cue to prevent conflicts. That's thoughtful.
Yeah, it manages expectations and gives staff a clear way to avoid stepping on each other's toes, digitally speaking. Important in a busy bar.
Definitely a key operational detail. So, okay, if we pull all these threads together, the problem, the solution, the tech, the cost, it really points to a specific philosophy, doesn't it?
It really does. What's fascinating, I think, is how this system is almost a case study in, well, purpose-built tech.
How do you mean?
It deliberately gives up on having tons of features. It sacrifices that broad, complex functionality you see in other systems.
Right.
And it does that to achieve extreme ease of use for one very specific, very common task, that mass power control.
It's not trying to be the Swiss Army knife of AV control.
Exactly. It wants to be the best possible screwdriver for that one specific screw.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, reducing that daily friction for businesses.
Yeah, even for a task that seems small, like turning TVs on. Smoothing that out can genuinely improve efficiency, make staff happier.
Which ultimately means they can focus more on customers, presumably.
Right, because they're not bogged down fighting with the remotes.
It really shows how that seemingly minor, tedious task, once you scale it up across multiple screens, staff, days, becomes a real operational pain point.
Costs time, costs morale, potentially costs money if things go wrong.
And this WolfPad system seems to just elegantly solve it by stripping away complexity, offering a direct, simple solution, almost plug and play.
Yeah, it's a great example of tech serving a very practical, everyday need without adding more complexity itself. It knows its job and does it.
So there you have it. That's our deep dive into the WolfPad Turn All TVs OFF MN control system.
Purpose-built, easy to use.
Aimed right at businesses or even homes where managing lots of screens is a daily task, maybe even a daily frustration.
It really highlights the power of a dedicated solution. Does one thing, does it well.
No extra fluff, no hidden fees.
Just solves the problem.
So if you've ever found yourself battling a complex system that tries to do way too much, this dive really shows the elegance of simplicity, doesn't it? A product designed for just one job.
It does.
So here's a thought to leave you with. In our increasingly complex world, think about your own daily life or your business. How many other small, repetitive frustrations are out there that could be solved? Not by some massive, complex platform, but by a simple, single-purpose solution. Something that just does the turn it on and off job perfectly.